4.8 star rating. Every review is a story of trust. Every policy is a promise kept. Insurancemarket.ae.
This is Zena in for Helen Farmer. We've got a big focus on education, but I'd like to remind you that there's a competition, several competitions coming up in this hour. So keep it locked in here on Dubai Eye 103.8. We're giving away staycations and some vouchers in the next few minutes. So Dubai Eye UAE is the phrase to text to 4001. You can also WhatsApp us on 04871 5500. Right, let's kick it off.
This is Eye on Education on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by Horizon English School Town Square, a new British curriculum school opening in August 2027. Built on over 35 years of educational excellence, where children are inspired to grow with confidence, curiosity and happiness.
Now on Eye on Education, we always talk about academic achievements and how to support our students with that. But there's one side that we'd also like to touch on. This is a big week for Repton Dubai because they've got an art exhibition that's happening at Alserkal Avenue. And because of that, we're going to talk about how creativity helps students express themselves and celebrate their journey. And we've got the perfect person in studio to talk about it. We've got Gareth Pyper, Head of Arts at Repton Dubai. How are you, Gareth?
I'm great. It's been a very busy week, but I'm holding it together.
I know. So you put together the exhibition with the help of your colleagues and, of course, the students. How's that been?
Yeah, it's actually been a collaboration with all three of the Repton schools. So we've got Repton Dubai, Repton Al Barsha and Repton Abu Dhabi. But leading on that have been myself and Mr. Joshi, who's the head of technology. So it's technology, art and photography from all three schools, and it's currently on display in Alserkal Avenue, which is amazing. It is such a great space. And to have the student exhibition there and for them to exhibit their work in a space like that so young in their lives, it's amazing.
It is a proud moment for all of them. And in fact, this weekend, I'm going to take my family there and see some of the students' works. And later on, we're meeting a year 13 student who's taking part in the exhibition. So I'm excited to meet her. But first of all, let's talk about art, creativity, and why it's such an important part of a young person's development beyond academics.
I mean, for me, I think it's because it teaches them, all, of course, drawing and painting and stuff like that. But I think one of the main things we try and teach them is that there's no right answer, that it's okay to make mistakes, to be resilient, to learn from those mistakes. Sometimes the thing turns out better than you never imagined. And they're the type of skills that you can carry on even if you're not going to be an artist. And they're the types of skills that can't quite be measured by a test.
And, you know, as a parent, I always feel guilty because when my daughter comes home, I always ask her, did you do well in your exam? And sometimes she would show me a drawing and, you know, I feel guilty because I'm not interested. And that's the wrong way to react, especially if they're showing interest in being creative in the art. So how does art give students a platform to express ideas and emotions that can sometimes be difficult to put into words because it is a form of self-expression?
I think it helps the students because they don't have to explain. They can't communicate how they're feeling without verbally going over it. What we like to do at Repton is the art room has almost become a sanctuary. I've got such an eclectic collection of students that have sort of crowned themselves the art kids, and they hang out there at lunchtime. They come after school, and it's really become part of their identity. And they've all sort of found each other through that. And it's built a really nice dynamic within the school, and they're really proud to be the arty kids and to hang out there.
But
it also becomes their like solace, their safe place in the school where they can express themselves, no judgment, and yeah, just always try and foster a really good atmosphere in there.
And it doesn't mean that if you're good in art, you're not necessarily interested in academics, right?
No, some of the brightest girls in the art class are also getting 9s and 8s across the board in all the other subjects. That's the one battle that we do have out here in education is some of the culture does come down to the academics, so you've got to work really hard as a teacher to try and get those students and get their parents to buy in so that you can get them to take part in art. And events like the exhibition at Alserkal and today coming on the radio just helps me attract and keep those students.
And you're doing such a good job. Now, Gareth, what changes do you see in students' confidence and self-belief when they engage regularly in these creative activities?
I think, like I said before, it sort of helps them express themselves, and that really builds confidence. We have a student who's exhibiting work in the exhibition at the moment, and she won't mind me saying,
Okay.
but she's got a back brace, and she's been very self-conscious about this back brace because of scoliosis. And the theme for the exam this year was found. And we had a few ideas, and she's the most positive, lights up a room, funny student you could ever meet. She's a joy to have. And I sort of helped her tease out the idea about how every day she finds resilience, even though she's got this condition and she's dealing with it, that she finds the resilience to come into school. And maybe we make this the focus of her artwork. And the journey was amazing. It just helped so much with her confidence. She happily stood in an art gallery with her family with the pictures of the brace in the exhibition, and that story would just sum up the type of difference that we can make with those students.
That's an amazing story. I'd love to see her artwork. And also, that's just one of the many stories of students who found, a safe space in their creativity and their artworks. Now, let's talk about the exhibition. You do this every year, and this is Repton's largest showcase at Alserkal Avenue. What makes this year's exhibition particularly special?
The amount of work is incredible. And also the introduction of photography. I know at Repton Abu Dhabi and Repton Dubai, they've also introduced, because the departments are growing, we've introduced photography courses. We're hoping to add textiles. So we've got a lot more work to draw from. And the DT departments in the other schools are growing as well. So the creative arts are actually growing in all three schools, which is amazing. And I think that was highlighted in the exhibition.
That's amazing. Now, it features nearly 100 pieces of student artwork across art. You mentioned photography, there's design. What does this say about, the breadth of creative talent at Repton Dubai?
Thank you. Great question. I get to promote the department again. I honestly think we've been trying to really grow over the last 2 years. And I think our numbers are going up. We're able to back it up with exam results. And I think when you come down, you see the quality of the work that the students are producing. It's just incredible. And that inspires the next cohort. So the year 10s have seen the exhibition. They can't wait. And the year 12s have seen it. So they want to be part of it next year. And hopefully that just keeps the cycle going. And we get more and more students. And the good thing is that each of the students build each other up. When you put so many creative people in a room, they all sort of bounce off each other. And they inspire each other to do more.
I love that. Now, up next, we're going to have Maria, who's a year 13 student. And for a person like Maria, who's, worked hard on her artwork and she's exhibiting it at Alserkal Avenue, what opportunities can she gain from this type of exposure?
Well, for Maria Ava, this will definitely be the first of many exhibitions. She's an extremely great student, and she has definitely got a future of exhibiting her work in one platform or another. And this is just the first taste. My first exhibition, I think I was in my second year of art college in a dingy little gallery in Belfast. And it was such a great feeling just to have something that you've made and you've put out there, to have people come and see it and view it and interact with it. And the fact that they get to do this so young is amazing for them. And hopefully it'll give them that confidence. And hopefully Maria will be able to take that on with her into the next step of her creative journey.
If everyone could see you right now, you look like a proud father.
I am a very proud father. Maria has been a very special student. She was one of the first students that met me when I first came to Repton Dubai, and she's graduating tonight. So it's almost like we've come full circle together.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to meet her. She's very talented, and we're going to meet her in a few minutes. But up next, we're going to know more about the exhibition that's going on at Alserkal Avenue. We're keeping you in the studio, Gareth. But if you're a creative and want to share your experience, building a career around your passion, whether it's art or design or photography, get in touch. 4001 on SMS or WhatsApp us 04871 5500.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
Sponsored by Yas Island Abu Dhabi.
At 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Welcome back. It's Zena in for Helen Farmer, and we're continuing our conversation about creativity in the classroom and outside the classroom as well with Gareth Pyper of Repton Dubai. And of course, we've got a very special guest. She's a year 13 student, and you can see her artwork right now at an exhibition at Alserkal Avenue. I'll tell you more about it, but at this point, I'd like to give away a staycation. No big deal. I'm giving away a staycation to a lucky winner because there's so much more of the UAE to see, and we all need to rediscover it. So this is Rediscovering UAE with Dubai Eye 103.8 and all the channels in our ARN network. We're sending 2,000 listeners on staycations, of course, in partnership with Aura Loyalty Program. And Aura is also giving away vouchers, hundreds of them. So you can go to beach resorts, island hideaways, desert retreats, city escapes. And we're encouraging everyone to get out, explore, support local, and enjoy what's on offer. We've been asking you to text in Dubai Eye UAE to 4001. And earlier, we picked a winner, Jassim, who thought we were scamming him, but he really did win a city staycation and a 500 dirham voucher. And now we've got congratulations to Sanjana. So Sanjana, we tried to call you so we could spin the wheel together. But of course, you're probably working. It's a weekday. But just the same, congratulations. And you've won a one-night stay at Alzora Beach Resort for 2 adults and 2 children, inclusive of breakfast. So that's a very luxurious sanctuary, Alzora Beach Resort, where private villas and suites meet pristine beaches and lush mangroves. Enjoy a family-friendly stay with pool and beach access paired with inclusive dining credits. And that's not all, because we've been spinning the wheel for you. We've got another prize for you from Aura Loyalty Program, and it is a 500 dirham voucher to spend at Ulta Beauty. Wow, skincare, makeup, enjoy, experience all things beauty, all in one place. Explore the latest in makeup, skincare, hair care, fragrance, everything that women want in Dubai Mall and Mall of the Emirates. That's Ulta Beauty. Again, congratulations, Sanjana.
This is Eye on Education on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by Horizon English School Town Square, a new British curriculum school opening in August 2027. Built on over 35 years of educational excellence, where children are inspired to grow with confidence, curiosity, and happiness.
This is Zena in for Helen Farmer, and I'm very excited about this part of the show because we're going to meet a year 13 student who is graduating today. And also, we've got her artwork being exhibited at Alserkal Avenue because, of course, we're talking about how creativity can help you express your feelings, yourself, your aspirations, and we've got living proof of that. We've got Maria Ava Iacoviello from Repton Dubai. How are you, Maria?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you don't mind, but Gareth and I have been chatting about how talented you are.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're in year 13, and someone told me, not saying it's Gareth, that you're also going to a very prestigious design school. Let's start with that.
Yes, so next year I'm thinking about going to Parsons in New York. And, I applied, and honestly, I not that confident about myself. I thought I wasn't even going to get in, but I also got a merit scholarship.
Wow.
So I'm very proud of myself, and I couldn't have done it without Mr. Pyper.
Your parents must be very proud of you. Equally proud, if not prouder, is Gareth Pyper, who heads up the art department at Repton Dubai. Gareth, so tell us about how you mentored Maria when she came to you and said, I want to pursue this.
That's exactly what happened. She came to me and said, I'm looking at Parsons, and I thought, okay, let's do this. And to be honest with you, she had all the work. It was really just a case of trying to curate her portfolio and work on her personal statement with her. And like clockwork, every day she would pop up. I wouldn't see her for a few days, and then she'd come up and she'd be there every 20 minutes going, can we look at these pictures? Can we look at these pictures? What do you think of this? Does this flow? Should we put this in? Can we put this in? And by the end of it, she's going to be shy about this, but I'm not surprised in the slightest that she got accepted because it was a really strong portfolio.
Oh, wow. So how did it, I'm sure it began with, you really like, is it drawing or painting or sculpting?
I've done everything, like painting, sculpting, like literally everything you can imagine I've tried. And Right now, I'm like from art A level, I stuck to oil painting, which I really love. Like, I think it's one of my biggest passions at the moment. And yeah, like in my portfolio, I just added all of it, like the sculpture and the painting and all of it. Yeah, and as Mr. Piper said, I just didn't know how to put it together because I was kind of stressed. I was like, I don't know what to do, like. So yeah, he just helped me put it all together.
You needed that help to,
Yeah.
to structure this
Yeah.
and turn it into a portfolio
Yeah.
that you can present to Parsons.
Yeah.
So congratulations
Thank
in
you.
advance. But you've also just been exhibiting your work at Alserkal Avenue and celebrating your graduation this week.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be marking these two milestones at the same time? This is a big day for you.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not my first time putting my work in Alserkal. It's actually my second time. And I mean, putting my work in Alserkal makes me feel very it makes a student feel very confident. It makes them feel seen, because a lot of students do have talents, are very creative, but they just don't put themselves out there. So for our school to put our work in Alserkal makes us feel seen, it makes us feel important. And as an artist, it's very nice to even you're young and stuff, to feel seen and all. For graduation, I feel very excited, mostly because I'm not someone who's so stuck in the future, in the present. I love the future and all of that, so I'm so excited. I'm excited for what's coming next.
Okay, before I ask you how you're celebrating your graduation, tell me about the artwork that you've created, especially for the exhibit.
Okay, so for the exhibition this time, I made a painting a few months ago that it was focusing on self-portraiture and identity. It's basically a bunch of pictures I took of myself. That was my project, looking different, having wigs and weird makeup and funny stuff on my head and whatever. I just took so many pictures of myself, and I cut them, I put them all together, and I just painted what I thought would look the best. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And also I love painting myself because it's really nice to get to know yourself, the way you look, the lines on your face. It makes you also feel confident, as a girl. It makes you feel, because you can paint yourself however you want.
Of course. I was going to say, it must have been such a fun exercise, a funky self-portrait collection.
Yeah.
And what are you calling it?
I called it Fragmented Self, because it's a fragmented self of myself.
Sounds like there's a profound meaning behind it.
Yeah.
It's like there's different facets of you that
Yeah.
people need to discover.
Yeah, exactly. And I was also for my art essay, I was talking about if self-portraiture was a true identity, a reconstruction, or performance. And to be honest, to me, self-portraiture is a real identity, because at the end of the day, you're painting how you see it, how what's inside of you,
That's really deep, but, portrayed in a really fun way. Now, Gareth, a lot of students and a lot of children are listening, and parents as well. I've been guilty of being dismissive when my kids show me their drawings and paintings. What advice would you give to parents, especially if their kids are, approaching them and saying, I want to be an artist? And the parents are like, I'm not sure about this.
Before they approach them about becoming an artist, I would highly recommend taking them to as many exhibitions as possible. Dubai is great for this type of thing, and not just art galleries, but there's so many sort of visual and audiovisual interactions you can do within the city, especially around Alserkal Avenue. My 5-year-old daughter, I think, is signed up to every art club, and we go to every exhibition. When the parents come later on and say, my daughter or son wants to be an artist, I talk to them about their mindset. A lot of parents are stuck in a very traditional mindset and don't see that the creative industry is one of the fastest growing industries. If you'd gone back 10 years and said, I want a career in podcasting or talking about computer games, the parents would have thought you were crazy. And at that sort of mindset, I try and explain to them that it's not this idea that you'll be stuck in a studio making no money, because that's always a big deal, doing these paintings and living a simple life. I just want to just keep their mind open about the creative industry, let the students decide what they want to do, and you'll be surprised what they'll be doing in 10 years. I started my teaching career in London, and I had a very successful photography department that we grew and grew. And this is, I won't give away my age, but moving forward now, those students are all hitting 30, and every single one of them is working a really cool job. A lot of them are in Dubai, they're content makers, they're working for sports companies, they're doing all the audio, the content, that type of thing. And those jobs weren't available when I was teaching them photography.
I love that.
I challenge that mindset.
You're right. Dubai is really good for that. We've got a growing creative industry, and now you're part of it. Maria Ava Iacoviello Cavalli, Year 13 student at Repton Dubai. And of course, we've got Gareth Pyper, Head of Arts at Repton Dubai as well. I'll let you get back to the exhibition. I'm sure a lot of people need you there, but thank you so much for joining me in studio.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
We've got more coming up after this.
Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has praised the UAE for